Hello, and welcome to the next edition of Thursday Thoughts. Adjust, redefine, and reconstruct. Grief is a sorrow that is caused by someone's death. The depth of grief is determined by the love between the living and now deceased. I think that is one reason why the death of a child is so devastating. It is that mother child bond of unconditional love that is broken and dream shattered and life forever changed, which makes it so devastating with the loss of a child. After Connor died, I asked myself, how do I survive the loss of my son? How do I go on? Who am I? And what am I to do now? I found adjusting my daily routine, redefining who I am, and reconstructing my relationships was a game changer in my lost journey. I started by adjusting and accepting the changes in my daily life, and that was huge and very helpful. Initially, I was in denial that my son was gone and that I would not talk to him or give him another humanly hug. I knew we would not exchange daily texts. I knew we would not talk on the phone. I knew he would not call me Ma ever again. Eventually, I adjusted and accepted these things. Now, learning to focus on my new norm, I discovered ways to look for his presence in other forms. A stunning sunrise, a feather falling from the sky, or a fond memory popping into my head. I knew adjusting would keep me from losing my mind, and my life and my health depended on accepting my new daily routine. And then I redefined who I am with the before and after. Before, I was always Brittany, Connor's, and Hannah's mom. I loved having the identity. That was my connection to my children. And once Connor passed away, I felt that was taken away. I questioned who I was and how to redefine my identity, how I wanted to view myself, and how I wanted others to view me. Now, my job as Connor's mom, nurturer, and mentor suddenly came to an end. And my job description of who I was working with also changed. So I just redefined who I was working with and not the how and what. I was and am still Connor's mom. That part of me, that part of my identity was not taken away. When I realized that, I had a sense of renewal and purpose to continue to mentor and nurture Brittany and Hannah. And then it was necessary for me to reconstruct my relationships. I could have easily fallen into depression and withdrawn and focusing on me and my son. Instead, I decided it was best to have deep and meaningful relationships. And I really focused on the ones that would be most helpful and that would be the support, like my tribe and my daughters. And I wanted to be my daughter's mothership more than anything and be their role model. Now, there were some relationships that faltered for no other reason except they did not know how to respond to my grief, which made them extremely uncomfortable. Now, my perspective on life changed. I wanted to preserve my son's memory, talk about my own mortality, and my new appreciation of life. Some friends who could relate stayed with me, others could not. I did not fault those who could not. I understood. It's like going from a single person to a married person. You now have something different, a common thread that from single to married you don't have. It doesn't keep you together. So by adjusting to my newly daily routines, redefining my identity, and reconstructing my relationships, I have taken huge steps in the way I think about my loss. And the way we think about our loss is responsible for whether we progress or do not progress. I found possibilities of life after child loss that were hidden behind closed doors. I became an author. I wrote a book. I became a grief coach and now helping other moms in their loss journey. And I now have peace and I found joy.